Okay, I wanna talk about how the 7-Eleven hates me. The 7-Eleven, they fucking hate me so goddamn much. And I know they hate me is because like I used to go to the 7-Eleven and I used to like pretend to buy things and I'd be like all coked up, right? Like it'd be like 5 a.m. on a Sunday and I'd go in there and I'd go there all coked up, my jaw's just shaking, and I'd like go to the food and I'd like look at like the pretzels and I'd be like, oh, maybe I'll buy some pretzels, and I'd say that out loud, like, oh, maybe I'll buy some tuna. Maybe I'll buy some tuna. I think I'm gonna buy some tuna, but like this guy's not gonna buy tuna. He doesn't eat it all fucking
Like,
day.
are you just saying these statements to the
store? I'm saying to the cashier. He's like looking at me, and I'm like, I might buy some tuna.
Like, what are you?
Maybe some tuna. I'll buy some tuna, and then I'd go to the chips, and I'd feel them like, this is good air. This is really good air. And he's like, yeah. And like this would be like my 6th time going to this 7-Eleven, right? My 6th time. And I'd be like, and I'd like make a beeline to the straws, and I'd hear the attendant be like, stop. And he'd just be so annoyed. And then I'd grab all the straws I could with one hand, and I would like run out the store.
Haven't you ever heard of like cutting up the straw?
No, but for some reason I just wanted more. I like made up these rules where like I needed to be outside.
What was your currency?
What do you mean?
They needed to use
I just like how it's overkill. Like, because you could have walked in there and like bought a drink and then like just put like 3 straws in there,
one straw.
and then dealt with like the funny looks.
I know that. I know what I could have done.
It was funny that you wanted like all the straws.
I grabbed all the straws and like ran out.
That's
and
what
then,
drugs do to you.
And then I put like a bunch of them in I tried to put a bunch in my coat, but they all fell. And then I picked them up from the ground. I only picked up like 3. And I put them back, and I closed my jacket. And then I called the drug dealer, and the drug dealer met me there. And I just feel this guy looking back at me. I met this guy, because I think a lot of the drug dealers are like, if this kid is out there and he's like not getting caught, we're not going to get caught. Like, he's like one big shit. Anyway, so they they would get so mad at me. And then now when I go in there and I look at the ATM and like, it's fine, right? It's fine. But then I look back and it's like out of order. I'm like, no, it's not. You guys just fucking don't trust me. You guys don't trust me. Yeah, they hate me. And
that's fine. They're learning though.
And like
you gave them reason.
And whenever I go, whenever I go to the.
Hello.
You can fix that post.
Whenever
I go to the straws now, like another attendant comes up to me. She's like, "How are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine today." She's like, "Okay." And then like they let me.
I'm fine today.
they let me buy the straws, and then. So this one time I went to the attendant and I was like all coked up and like it's probably like Wednesday and I was like around like I don't know 5 p.m. and like I was on my second 8-ball and like I took my last 8-ball and like I went to the 7-Eleven because I wanted to do drugs at the 7-Eleven. I don't know why. I just wanted to do it there. So I went there and like I went up to the guy and I already stole a bunch of straws. Like they could see me that the straws are sticking out. And like I went to the guy and I was like, hey, can I use your bathroom key? As like these straws are like out of my pocket, like by my face. I'm like, can I use your bathroom key? And he's like, no. I was like, why? He's like, we don't allow your people in our bathrooms. And I'm so high that I think he's being racist.
Right.
And I'm like, fuck you. Like you can't do that to me. I'm allowed to be in this bathroom. I'm allowed to like use your bathroom just because like I'm ethnic doesn't mean that you can do that to me, sir. Okay, just because I'm brown and like blah blah, like you're not allowed to do that to me. And this guy was like from India, and I was like, you should know how it feels to be prosecuted by like other people. Like this isn't right. This isn't right to do that to me because of my ethnicity. And then he's like, okay. And then he's like, and I'm making a fucking scene. It's like 5 p.m. People want to go to work, and there's like a lineup of people trying to pay gas. And like one guy's just let the crackhead in the bathroom. And then the gas attendant, he's like, yeah, sure, take the keys. And then he gives me the keys. I go in the bathroom. I cut up my line, and I take out like my 100 straws. And I do the line. I look up, and I do the line, but like something's blocking me. And I don't know what. So I look up, and there's blood from my nose to my chin.
Just like dried and caked on.
Dried and caked on.
Yeah.
Cakes.
So I went back. So I went back to the attendant and like I went in front of some people and I was like, hey man, and like everyone like took a step back. And I was like, I just want you to know. And the guy's like, why didn't you clean up? And I was like, that's fine. And then, it's fine. Like, that's not the issue here. The issue is, like, I'm sorry that I called you racist. And I'm sorry that I called you racist in front of all these people. And I'm sorry that I said that, like, you're from India and that you should feel bad or worse or whatever. Like, you shouldn't. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you're not racist. I'm gross.
Yeah.
And then he's like, that was my brother. And I looked at his brother. He's like, I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
My
you're
bad.
So funny.
And then he's like, can we have the bathroom key back? I'm like, I lost the bathroom key. And that's what I'm not allowed at 7-Eleven.
Now you're not allowed in my house either.
You're fine. No, I'm allowed at 7-Eleven. They don't care. I was actually doing a rap video around it, and I was like jumping on. I was like on the 7-Eleven because I wanted some cool shots. So I like jumped on their ice machine, then I jumped on the radiator, then I jumped on the roof. And like I was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Call the police."
You do some wild and crazy stuff just for like a shot. Yeah, just for like.
They're not gonna stop me. They're not gonna stop.
Clearly, yeah.
No one's gonna stop me.
You set a precedent with all the shit that you did before, and they were like, "We can't fuck with this guy."
They're not gonna call them before. They're not gonna call them now. That's ridiculous.
No, they never call the police until someone actually gets stabbed.
Even then.
Or like robbed.
Even then, like they take so long. Like there was a woman being attacked in my downstairs in my foyer, right? And they were like from the street because like I was hearing the conversation before, and like I just assumed they're from the street. And she's being attacked, and like I called I woke up because of it, and I called the police, and I got this like, who are you? Like, what's your age? Like, do they have a knife? I'm like, bro, like I don't know. There's someone downstairs being attacked, and I'm in my place. Like I don't know why this is important. I need someone to come, and then I hear like her like screaming like stuff like that. So then I'm like, do you hear this? Like she's screaming downstairs. Like you need to send someone right now. And she's like, okay, we'll send a dispatch. And then we hung up. And then I'm like, I gotta do this myself. So then I go outside and I'm like, I go to the foyer. I'm like, hey, what the fuck are you doing in my place? I don't say I called the police because I think that's redundant. I'm like, fucking stop what you're doing right now. Like, get the fuck out of my place. And, like, I kicked the guy out, and the girl's about to leave. I'm like, don't fucking leave. Like, he's outside. Are you dumb? And I don't mean to sound rude to her, but I'm mad.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm mad, so I'm aggressive. Yeah. And, like, the street, like, don't fucking leave. Are you fucking stupid? Yeah. And then she's like, sorry. I'm like, don't say sorry either. Just go downstairs or something. And, like, I let her in the laundry room, and she stayed in there. And then the guy was, like, outside my place, and, like, he fucked off. And then 30 minutes later, the cops come. They wake me up because I went back to bed. They woke me up. And they're like, hey, we're outside. And I was like, okay. And they're like, we don't see anyone. And I was like,
half hour ago.
Well, yeah, because an assault happens really quick. Like, to assault someone, it doesn't have to take very long to do that at all.
And they typically don't hang around after.
No. And then he's like, should I check around? I'm like, I don't know the protocol. I'm not a cop. So I went downstairs, let him in. I'm like, yeah, sure, take a look. So now whenever stuff happens, I don't call the police, which is really bad. That is
really bad.
And I don't want this to sound like, if you're in a situation where you're in a dangerous spot, try calling the police. Like, do it. Like, I don't mean to sound like you shouldn't. Because I truly believe, like, because I've lived with street kids where they feel that they don't call the police because like they're scared, but then they need to call the police because they're the only options. Like you need to try something, right?
Yeah.
Like I just want to clarify that.
Call the police.
Yeah, no,
call the police.
Call them, but there's no guarantee that they're going to show up in a timely
call
manner.
the police. Call the police though. Like they're your friends. Like you're in a situation. Make sure.
And then call Batman because Batman has a way better response time.
Yeah, and this other time there was like stupid stuff happens all the time around where I live. Like I was walking up the 101 and I was passing the brick, and there was this guy yelling from like my start of, because I was walking from my work to my home. He started screaming from where I worked and was like walking in my direction, and he was like screaming. He's like fucking having a fit and shit. And, like I didn't give a fuck until a woman. She was a white woman, and she like stepped out, and he like targeted her. And I think he targeted her for two things. She's a woman and also she's white because he was native, right? So he's like in his head like prejudice. But anyways, so he was screaming at her, and I was like looking around, and I was like, is anyone going to do something? Because like I was waiting for the first person to do something because I didn't want to do something first.
Yeah.
And then no one was doing anything, and then some guy looked at me, he's like, this is crazy. I'm like, fuck, yeah, I'll do it then. And then And then I went to the guy, I was like, what the, and I like turned to this like street kid, I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, you skid? And he's like, what? What are you gonna do? I'm like, get the fuck away from her. And then like, she's like cowering, I'm like, fucking move, why are you still here? And like, I'm yelling at her now. Because like, she's like, sorry, I'm like, don't say sorry, just fucking move.
Funny. The second time that you like encountered that situation, like, there is a problem, like women not knowing how to defend themselves.
Well, I mean, like, I empathize. Like, at the time...
You can empathize, but like, move, you stupid bitch.
At the time, I'm mad and like, I'm angry at her.
Yeah,
but like,
totally
I'm not.
fine.
It's just like...
You're mad at the situation.
I'm not even mad at the situation. Like, when I get in situations like that, I don't know, I come from a background and like, that background pops up.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I have to do this bluntly and quickly as I can. Fucking move! And then I have to be like, fucking fuck off, you know? Like, I have to be like... So this is what we're gonna do.
You don't have
guys.
time for sentiments.
I don't have time for sentiments. I don't have time. Like that street kid pops up, and I have to tell this person to fuck off and tell this person to fuck off at the same time and same like tone. So this guy,
but not everyone can deal with shit like that happening to them
because they're pussies. So the guy,
a very close-minded way of looking at it.
The guy, I understand. Some people are me, and I get it. But this guy. I keep pointing at you like, you're the guy. But this guy, he's like screaming at me probably. He's screaming at me and he goes into his pocket and he has like a golf club in his pocket. And then I'm like,
down his pants.
And like, I'm like, and he's like, I'm going to pull this out. I'm like, by the time you pull that out, I'm going to be there already. And then he's like, we'll have to see. I'm like, guess we'll have to see. And then like, he's about to pull it out and then I'm about to run and this woman comes up behind me and slaps him in the face. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you dumb? And then he puts the golf club back, and then she's like, why do you have that? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
This is wild.
And then they all fuck off, then I fuck off. Then I look back, and that woman's still there. And I walk up to her, I'm like, I'm really sorry for screaming at you, but I need you to get on a fucking bus. And then she's like...
waiting for the bus.
She's
I
like,
mean,
okay.
ETS is notoriously
No. There's another bus right there. She's like, but that's not my bus. I'm like, you're in a situation where that is your bus.
Fucking run. Get out of the situation.
Like, that's the point. Like, because like, there's another bus. There's like 3 other buses because it's like a busy rush hour time. And then she's like, but that's not my bus home. I'm like, that's not. You need to take that bus so you're as far away as you can. Like, and just go to the next stop. Wait for your bus there because he's not going to be there. Like, you want to be out of sight. And then I didn't tell her. Like, I didn't explain it. I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't have fucking time to be. She's like, thank you.
That's so
you
wild.
get a fuck. That's incredibly insane.
I have a domestic violence story that I would like to share.
What?
It's pretty fucked up. So at my old place, it was like a high rise in the West End. So it was like 17 floors at the tip top.
Yeah.
And
nice.
I woke up one day and it was like, I don't know, it was the weather where you would kind of like expect hail. Like hail would be predictable at this time, whatever time of the year it was. And I woke up and it's Saturday. And it sounded like it was like just hailing outside. Like it just sounded like hail hitting.
Some guy's punches.
No. Like my windows were open and it sounded like there was hail hitting like the concrete courtyard down below because like the apartment building had a courtyard. And it was just happening at like strange intervals. So and it was happening like right when I was waking up. So I didn't really register. And then like I woke up fully and then because there's like people yelling. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? So I'm like 8 floors up. So I like get out on my balcony to just like see what's going on. And what is happening is that someone is on the 17th floor and what they're doing is they're chucking plates and like bowls and stuff like out the window.
Wow, that's fucking insane.
And at the rate that he was doing it, like I could just like picture just like a guy in his underwear and like his big belly, and he's just like sitting there on his balcony with like a stack of plates that his wife bought, and for some reason he fucking hates them, and like this is how he's getting back at her. He's just like picking up the plates and like looking at them and like slowly putting them in his hands and then just like softly like chucking them.
That means he's like really like wants to take time. Like he's sitting in this feeling.
Yeah, and then but like so
that's wild.
How it's affecting people is like there's all these like people down in the courtyard.
This is dangerous.
Yeah, being like screaming up at this balcony, being like, "Dude, what the fuck is your
stop?"
And like there's this one guy that's like, "There's kids down here." and he's like, I'm gonna come up there, and he is like going off. Like the guy is swearing like at a high level swearing. He's like, I'm gonna fuck you up, you stupid motherfucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like he's just going off on the guy, and I was like, your dad has anger issues.
That's wild.
But yeah, and then eventually like the smashing kind of like trails off, and then everyone's just kind of like, okay, it's stopped, because like what are they gonna do? They're gonna get into the building. They don't have keys.
Yeah.
These are just people on like the street.
Yeah.
And they don't know like what apartment it is. They can just kind of see like where the plates and shit are coming from. But then like I'm on my balcony having breakfast at this point. Like I am enjoying it. It is theater.
Yeah.
And then so I hear this lady come in, and she's loud, but like in control. She's not hysterical whatsoever.
Yeah.
She comes in, and I'm again imagining like this woman that has been like hardened by life. She is bitter. She has had enough of this guy's shit, and he has done enough stuff to her where she's just like, no fella, like I know you. Fuck, like I know you're not gonna fucking hit me. You're just gonna like wreck all our stuff.
You're gonna
like
break all my plates.
Yeah.
What are you gonna eat off of, Steve?
It's that level of like domesticated, but like they hate each other, but they don't hit each other. They get into screaming matches, but they don't.
My grandma and my grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I used to hear this, and like it took me a while to find out that like all these screaming matches was the same couple, but like I got to a point where I was like, oh, they're at it again. Yeah. But like the way she came into the situation, it's just like, again, I'm in my head imagining the whole thing, and I just see the guy on his balcony, and this lady comes in, and she's just so like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? And it was the way she paced out the words, and I was just like, oh, they've been here before. Yeah. This is routine for them.
That's wild.
So much to unpack.
Yeah. So like that was one of the reasons why I left that place, because like there was a lot of fires at that place. Like a lot of people would like.
I think people are dumb though.
Yeah. What?
People are dumb. Like kitchen fires.
No, like it was always like either someone would pull the fire alarm as like a prank, or it was like someone like left a frozen pizza in the oven too long, because like you would smell it.
Yeah.
It would smell like burnt food, and like I remember one summer, there was just like so many fire alarms, and one of the times it was like they were like 30 minutes apart. So like the fire alarm went off, and like everyone would like come out, and when I say everyone, I mean like 9 people would leave the building. Like no one evacuated. People just kind of like went out on their balconies, because there's so many false alarms at this building that no one ever took them seriously. Yeah. And so like one time, the first alarm went off, and then like the fire department is really good there, because they're like, that building was right around the corner.
You know what's crazy? Fire trucks get to a place faster than police.
It has to be less than 10 minutes. That's the response time. That's mandated. Is if a truck is going to, like a first response, that truck has to be there in less than 10 minutes.
That's why they often recommend to women to yell out fire instead of rape, because that will get there faster.
Wow.
Yeah, but there's like a thing in the city. If you're outside the 10-minute response time, all the fire code essentially gets like, you're not allowed to put certain kind of windows in your building. You have to use all sorts of different like fire protection and stuff like that, because it's outside the 10-minute fire response time. But anyway, so like they get there all the time, and they're just like taking care of shit, and then like they clear the building, they let everyone back in, and then like within the hour, it goes off again. And like we all get out, and then like, but this time it was like an actual fire. Oh. Someone had started a garbage fire in the stairwell, like in the basement of the stairwell. So I was like legitimately like dangerous.
I missed the West End.
Yeah, and then like the fire crew like still showed up, like, and you can tell like their jackets are half open and shit like that, because they're like, we do this. We come to this building.
That's like
too
$500
often.
for them. That's like a $500 fine for the building if it's
if it's false.
Yeah.
The balcony story reminds me of something that happened to me. So we were about.
So this one time you were throwing plates off
No.
the balcony.
So it was my friend's birthday, and we went to his place, and we went to his buddies. We went to his place, and we kept screaming from the street because I was like fucked up, right? So I kept screaming from the street to the balcony because like I my phone was dead, and I was like, Damien, it's your birthday, buddy, we're gonna fucking party, blah blah blah. And then the girlfriend came out, and she's like, he's not here right now. I was like, nah, he's fucking in there, you fucking bitch. She's like, I was so fucking wasted. And then a lot of my friends' girlfriends don't like me, which makes sense.
I wonder why.
And I was like, shit, I know he's fucking in there. I forget her name. I was gonna say it, but I forget. And I was like, I know she's fucking in there. I know he's in there. Fucking let him out. Then like these guys come out. There's 2 guys and like they're neighbors of my friends, and he's like, he tells her, is this guy bothering you? And then she's like, he kind of is. And then I'm like drunk and coked up. I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? And then he's like, how about I come down there and kick your ass? I'm like, fucking do it, buddy. Fucking do it. And I'm gonna get my friend. He's gonna come down here. He's gonna watch me beat the shit out of both of fucking you. And then my friend Damien, he comes up behind me. And he's like, hey. I'm like, hey. And then he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, waiting for Damien. Then like he's Damien. And then he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, oh shit. I thought you were up there. I've been screaming. We're gonna fight these guys. And he's like, what do you mean? And then like the guys come out. And the first guy tries to tackle me, and then the first guy is running at me. I'm like, I'm not fighting these guys with your turn. I'm like, and then I tell Damien, I'm like, well, get the fuck out of my way. Yeah. And then he moves, and then I grab the one guy, he tackles me, and then I take him down, just beat the shit out of him. And then the other guy, and I fucking just headbutt him, and I just beat the shit out of him. I was all coked up, so. And then I remember the girlfriend grabs my friend's Xbox, and she takes it out of the balcony. She's like, if you guys don't fuck off, I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna throw this. If you don't fuck off, Arturo. And then I'm like, fucking throw it.
Yeah, you don't care. It's not yours.
And the absolute worst.
And then my friend's like, no, she'll do it. She's crazy. We'll fucking leave. It's okay. And then the guys are getting up. I was like, hey, you guys want to go to a party? And then they're like, no. I was like, why not? They're like, what do you mean? I was like, come, let's go. And then they come with us, and then we party together.
No way. Cocaine is hell.
Yeah, I went to one of the guys' weddings. Just kidding, no, I didn't. That'd be fucking insane.
Married his sister.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I don't know. We're talking about like what we did at like bars and stuff. Like the reason why we go out and drink. And
yeah.
Like, before I did comedy, I would like go to bars and just like drink because I found that I can take a certain amount of like solace in like the camaraderie of strangers, if you know that feeling, like mm-hmm. just the stranger mm-hmm. at the bar, the friendly stranger at the bar, mm-hmm. and then you like meet people that night, and then you're like just friends for that night, and then you never see them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Right. So I would go out and like looking to engage in that sort of like that level of social.
Oh, okay.
Because like I was drinking a lot, and I was like really fucking sad at this time. And so like what I would do is I would just go to places and get like a certain amount of liquored up, and then I would just like hang around the pool table and like play pool. And like I'm a half decent pool player, so like I would get really drunk, and people would be like, "Oh yeah, like let's let this idiot play." Let's let this idiot play pool because like we'll win, and winning at pool is always a good feeling. So you want to play people that suck.
Yeah.
You just run the table, and it's a really good fucking feeling. But then as soon as I would start playing pool, I would like shark them, and I would immediately start taking.
Are you good at pool?
Yeah. Like half decent. Like I can hold my own.
Okay.
And like when
you
I really
used to hustle people out of their money, you little bitch.
No, I didn't do that. I just hustled them out of their self-esteem, out of their ego. And
I'll treat you your birthday party.
Because they would walk into being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat this guy at pool. I'm gonna show off, and my
girlfriend's gonna suck my nuts.
Yeah. my friends are gonna like me, and my girl is gonna be really
suck
impressed.
My nuts.
And then he would lose. He would lose in like 2 minutes straight. It would take me like 8 shots. I would run the table. You know how much how satisfying a feeling it is to run the fucking table. They don't even get a shot in. You just like
Bad
pot
pool.
all the fucking balls in one go, and then they're just like, they feel so dejected. The look on their face is so rewarding.
I think that says a lot about your personality.
I was bored as a
Wild.
kid.
I